Hello, friends of Sudoku. Welcome to the April 13, 2023 edition of the New York Times Hard Sudoku. Let's dive right in and look at the 1, 3, 4, 5 in this block here. They need to find homes here, 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 and here. And that means that these two must be an 8 and a 9. We got a 9 blocking up, so the 8 must go here and the 9 must go here. We also have a couple of 8s blocking up here and 2 8s blocking across. So an 8 is forced to go in this square here. One of these must be a 6 and the other must be a 2. We have a 6 and a 2 blocking across, but there's really nothing to block because the 2 and the 6s are the very last digits for this block here. A 2 must also go in one of these two squares here, and a 4 in one of these. Since one of these must be a 6, these squares can't be 6s, and this 6 blocks across here, so and this 6 blocks up, so this is a 6. Now we need a 2, 7, and a 9 for these squares up here, so one of these must be a 2. We can't say anything about the 7s. We can say, however, that the 7 and 9 block across here, so these squares must be 7 and 9. And that makes these a 1, 3, and a 5. And let's continue to examine those digits. We know that these squares must be a 1, 3, 4, and a 5. This square can be seen by a 1, 4, and a 5, so it must be a 3. And a 5 now must go in one of these two squares. And a 1 and a 4 must go here or here. So it's not really clear yet where to put those. But let's now look again at these three squares. They, as we recall, they cannot be 9 and 7, so they therefore must be 1, 5, and a 3. There's a 1 and a 3 now in the column, so therefore this must be a 5. These must be 1 and 3, and I think we can figure out where they go because the 3 blocks over here, this 3 blocks down, so one of these is a 3, therefore this must be a 1, and this must be a 3. This 1 blocks up, this 1 blocks over, therefore this must be a 1. These two now must be a 1 and a 5. We have a 1 and a 5 here and a 1 and a 5 here. So yes, a 1 and a 5 here, making this a 4. A 7 and a 9 now for these two remaining squares, and I can't fill in them at this time. We know that one of these must be a 7, and they block therefore across here. This 7 blocks across here, and the 7 here blocks down, so 7 is forced to go in this square. Now this 7 blocks up, this blocks down, this blocks across, and another 7 must go here. For column 5 now we need a 1. This 1 blocks here, this 1 blocks here, therefore this must be a 1. And we can do more with the 1s because this 1 blocks these 3 squares, this 1 blocks these 2 squares, and this 1 blocks these 3 squares. Ergo, a 1 must go here. We can also place a 1 in column 8 because this 1 blocks here, this 1 blocks here, and we got a couple of 1s blocking here and here. So a 1 must go here. We also have a 1 in block 3 because this 1 blocks over, this 1 blocks over, and this 1 blocks up. So a 1 must go here, and that means that a 5 must go here because it's the last digit missing in the row. We have another 5. This 5 blocks up, this 5 blocks down. This square therefore must be a 5. This is now a 7, 9. This is a 7, 9. This is a 7, 9, and this is a 7, 9. I feel the makings of some kind of a chain coming on. We'll see. This block 9 is oddly intriguing. It only has 2 gibbons, but we have a lot of restrictions by other rows and columns. For these squares, for these 3 squares, we need a 2, 5, or a 9. A 5 is blocked here and here, so one of these is a 5. 2 is blocking here. So 2 can actually go anywhere, but the 9 is blocking here, and the 5 is blocking. 5 is blocking. Let's see if we can get any closer using this column here. This column needs a 2, 4, 5, and a 9. Aha. So this is a 2, 4, and this can only be a 4 or a 5. It cannot be a 9 because there is a ghost 9 over here. So this is a 4, 5. This is a 2, 4. So a 9 will have to go here or here, won't it? Yes. So we got a 2, 5, 9 here and a 2, 4, 5 here. It sounds conspicuously like a quadruple to me. 2, 9, 2, 5, 9, 2, 4, 2, 4, 5, 2, 4, 5, 9, 2, 4, 5, 9. Interesting. 2, 4, 5, 9. That means that these 3 must be a 6, 8, and a 3. 6 blocks down and over, so a 6 goes here, here, or here. An 8 can go here, here, or here, and a 3 can only go here or here. So that's not really very helpful, is it? All this work and nothing comes off it. And yet, we did say that these squares must be a 2, 4, 5, and a 9. We got a 5 here, and we know that one of these is a 2, so this can only be a 4 or a 9. But it can't be a 4 because one of these is a 4. We just figured out that these squares have to be a 2, 4, 5, and a 9. And the only squares where a 4 is enjoying any mention are here. So this square must be a 9. And that makes this a square a 9, and this a 7, and this a 7, and this a 9. That was nice, because now this 7 blocks down, this blocks over, this is a 7, and this last square must be a 2. A 2 and a 4. No, I can't say anything about those. So what's left here? 2, 4, and a 5, right? And they will have to wait. But we can probably do other stuff. Up here we need a 2 and what's more a 7. The 7 blocks up, so the 2 must go here and the 7 here. These 2 squares now must be a 4 and a 3, but we kind of knew that all along, didn't we? Down here we need a 6, 3, and a 9. We got a 3 and a 9 in the row, so this is a 6. And can we do anything with those? This is a 3 or a 9. 3, 3, 3. One of these is a 3. No, not yet. But we are closing in on the solution here, I think. 2, 4, 5. Still no joy. What about these two? They seem so neglected. It's a 6 and a 2. And that's why they are neglected, because I don't know what to do with them. 2, 5, 8 here. 2, 4, 8 here. By the way, the 2 blocks down here, didn't we say something about the 2s? The 2 blocks over here, the 2 blocks here. No, this can be a 2 and this can be a 2. And this is a 2 or a 4, we knew that. What about this? This is a 4, 8. This is a 2, 6. 2, 4, 6. What's the last digit that we would be needing here? No, a 2, 4, 6, 8 for the bottom row. But we do have a solution for these two, don't we? Because they have to be a 2 and a 6, and this 2 blocks over. So I should have spotted this earlier, I think. So the 2 goes here. Now we have a couple of 2's blocking over and 1 2 blocking down. This is therefore a 2, making this a 2. And this is a 2, making this a 2. And this is 6. I know this is a bit quick, but we have analyzed this to death already, these 2's and 6's. And that means that this 6 blocks here. So one of these is a 6. This is a 4 and an 8. 5, 6, 9 here, therefore. Also no joy. But I seem to remember that this was a 2 and a 4. There's a 2 blocking here, and therefore this must be a 4, and this must be a 5. These two now must be a 6 and an 8. Can we do, what about the 5s? 5 blocks down and over, no. We've got two possibilities for a 5. But we do remember that one of these had to be a 9, right? Now that this is occupied by a 2, the 9 must go here, and therefore a 9 here, because this 9 is blocking over, right? So a 9 goes here, and therefore here, and this must be a 3, making this a 3 as well. These two now must be an 8 and a 5. Again, nothing I can do about that yet, but I can do something about this square, which must be a 5. These now have to be a 4 and an 8. There is an 8 finally in the row, so the 4 goes here and the 8 here. And that should solve a few problems, because now this is an 8, and one of these is an 8. These have to be a 6 and a 4. A 4 blocks here, so the 6 goes here and the 4 here. These two now have to be a 3 and a 6. Let's see, there's something clever we can do here, I'm sure. 5 and a 6 for these two squares. The 6 blocks here, so the 5 goes here and the 6 here. And that gives us a 6 for this square, and this must therefore be the 3, and this is a 3, and this is a 4, because we do remember those, don't we? Making this a 4, and this must be a 8, and so must this, and this must be a 5. Not an easy puzzle today, I have to say. I don't know what I would have had to do if I hadn't found the quadruple down here, which, by the way, didn't really help a lot, but it was a fun exercise. Yeah, a nice puzzle. I did enjoy it. It was tougher than the last couple of days puzzles from the New York Times. And I'm happy for that, because the last few days have been, let's just say, a little too easy. I hope that you enjoyed it as well. And bye for now.